What's going? Wow, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another show. I'm laughing for two reasons. Number one, I just met these boys. I have no idea who they are, and here they are on my show, and we've been getting along great. Number two, I turned on the actual YouTube part to see, besides the StreamYard that I'm on, and immediately came up with an ad about toe fungus, which has me laughing because I want to know why that's on my ads and where it came from. It's not for me. Don't worry. But I just, the whole selection process comes to mind and how they figure this stuff out. But that's besides the point. Anyway, I am here with brand new friends. You guys have never met them before. I haven't either. It's okay. This is the Ghost Riders, and I will let them introduce themselves in just a second. We've got a handful of good people here. People are coming in. So hello to everybody that's in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here on such a, normally it's an 8 p.m. show. Now it's at 10 p.m. That's okay. We're going to rock and roll. But yes, I actually just met you guys about 10 minutes ago, but we met in the Facebook wasteland about 3 or 4 days ago. And here we are. So please, if you wouldn't mind, take a second to introduce yourselves to everybody that's here in the chat.
Sounds good. Go ahead.
Well, I'm Alex.
I'm Derek. We're a part of the Ghost Riders crew, so appreciate you for having us on here.
Thank you so much for having us. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
My pleasure. My pleasure. That's it. That's all you got?
Yeah, that's all we got.
That's good. That's all we need. All right. That's show. Thanks for coming, guys.
Bye.
Oh, man. That's awesome. Okay. So you guys are obviously paranormal investigators. You did say something that I didn't quite know. Again, guys, please be patient with me. We're just sort of learning each other here. But we clicked almost immediately. And so I think that what's the point of having a platform if you don't share it? I just know that everybody that's here in the chat and everybody that's going to be coming and going, I know you guys are just going to eat these guys up. But are you it, or are there more of you as far as the Ghost Riders go?
So, did you want to answer the question, or you want?
Nope. You go for it.
Oh, crap. So, well, we have 3 of us. We got 2 of us, and we got a cameraman, Brandon, and there's a couple others that are, that we want probably to join, but right now it's just the 3 of us.
Okay.
Yeah, so primarily 3, but we also do have another person. His name's Wes. I don't know if you watched our
He's been on a couple.
Was it McMinimans?
McMinimans and Hotel Andra.
Hotel Andra. So Wes is another one, but he's kind of iffy right now because he's actually currently right now joining the Air Force. So we don't know if we will be able to have him as long as we would like to, but we'd love to have Wes. He's awesome. So
Yeah. Is that the I really didn't get names, but is that the one where he was, I don't know where you were again, we just met, but I skimmed through what I could in the amount of time that I had, and it looked like a younger gentleman who was a little bit shaken. He held his hand out and was a little bit shaky.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually do have that clip, and I'll play it here in a second so you guys know what I'm talking about. But okay, so I'm glad that you're bringing in, people into the fold and terrorizing them. That's exactly what we're about here. So I appreciate you upholding the, paranormal investigators, duty of scaring the crap out of other people.
Yeah.
That's excellent. So the question that everybody asks, that everybody wants to know, how long have you guys been doing this? I know it's a loaded question, but generally, how long have you been doing it?
We just started, 6 months ago? 7 months ago?
We started, so we actually started our YouTube channel in April, but it has always been, I think, about 4 months. About 4 months.
That sounds about right.
But so we actually always wanted to kind of do paranormal investigating stuff. From at least when I was younger, I always wanted to do it. And I think Alex, I'm not going to speak on his behalf, but
yeah, we recently did like a little question answer video, and I explained that, and I was terrified of paranormal when I was a kid, and but now I love scary movies. I could watch scary movies all the time. So I recently just I started watching all these ghosts, ghost con on camera, and I just got really into them, and I'm going, God, that'd be really cool to actually experience it, not just watch it.
Right. Right.
I developed, and I'm like, I really want to do that.
Yeah.
And I ended up talking to him. He actually had the same idea, and we didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
I just over some IPAs just asked him, hey Derek, looking
I got you on that.
I seem crazy. Like, how do you think about going ghost hunting? And he's like, oh my God, I was just gonna ask you the same thing,
Yeah.
That's insane. I love that. Yeah, it is. Birds of a feather, man. I'll tell you what. And it takes a special person. Like, anybody can do it. Don't get me wrong. Any one of you in the chat, anybody can actually do it. Do not let the TV and do not let social media and all that dictate whether or not you can do it. You can do it. It's just a matter of whether you can do it safely and whether you can actually sustain the passion for chasing after, literally sometimes nothing. Sometimes you're just sitting in a dark room by yourself talking to the air. So it's just like fishing. That's what I keep telling everybody. It's just like fishing. You just never know. So but yeah, that I sort of got a little bit of that story when I was listening to that little thing that you did. I love that you guys had the same idea almost at the same time. And then so the YouTube channel came afterwards, I'm assuming. Is that what happened? Or
we talked about it for a while and kind of what we wanted to do and plan. Okay, well, this is what we need. We need REM pods. We need good cameras. We had to kind of budget for everything and
right
and stuff. And it happened pretty quick.
Yeah,
we started within, I'd say, like the month or month and a half.
Yeah, I'd probably say about a month. Yeah, after of us actually talking about it, everything just kind of started falling together.
Wow.
Yeah.
So actually, So, I mean, to answer your question, it didn't take too long to do it, but it all just kind of fell together, and the right people were there at the right moment, and all of us got together, and just like that Q&A video, our camera guy, when he first went there, he was intrigued by the idea, but he wasn't a full believer, and now after our first video, he he's like, oh, I want more evidence, and started going out on these adventures with us a lot more. And this last video that we posted, we actually ended up taking down because we wanted to re-edit it and stuff like that. But there's a two-parter for it, and it's by far our most paranormal video that we will have, and we have caught so much evidence. Spooked. Yeah, like the night 2, not night 1, but night 2 was by far our most important video that we have right now, and that'll probably get released in a couple months or so.
Yeah, probably
because we want to make sure it's perfect.
It's like what we caught. It's like, okay, we can't screw this up.
Yeah. You released it on YouTube, you'll get 4 views. So congratulations, guys. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. All the good videos with all the good evidence. That's just how it goes. But don't let that stop you. Put it out there. I'm excited about that. So the thing, the thing that intrigues me about that statement, however, is that you guys just started and you have a cameraman.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I get one of those?
Family. That's how we got it. He's
got no choice.
No, we came up with the idea because I mean neither one of us, Derek and I, were good at. I'll speak for I'm not good at technology. I suck at it.
Neither am I.
And so he's like, well, we need someone to edit. And I'm like, okay, well.
So he shoots and edits?
He shoots and edits.
Yep.
Oh my God. Can I have his phone number?
Yeah. I don't know it.
I do. Go ahead and get with me after this, and I'll send you his phone number.
But
that's awesome.
He's great, and he works hard, and we really appreciate him.
Well, it takes a lot. Again, it's a whole nother type of special person, especially if you are not fully in with 2 feet. It's absolutely acceptable to not have any feet in, and it's acceptable to have only 1 in. So I'm really glad that you've got somebody. And I love that he's chomping at the bit now. That's probably my favorite part. I think that's definitely cool to see, especially if, again, you can go out every time and not catch something. So the fact that you guys are getting stuff that's making him go, you know what? This is kind of cool. That's amazing.
And it's even when you think you don't capture anything.
Oh yeah.
You look at the cameras and you go, oh, we didn't even see that, which is interesting. I always told Brandon, I said, look in like mirrors or like listen in the camera, because there's things that we didn't hear, but we'll hear like a something like a whisper in the camera, and it's like they pick up things that we don't. So
yes, Jen, that's a good point. Thank you for bringing that up. They are pretty cool so far. To be determined. I'm just kidding, but I do have their links down below, and it's also pinned up at the top. And it's all over the place. Yeah, Jen's pretty cool. So yes, please go and subscribe. That's sort of the other part of this, to sort of get you guys a better audience, because I'm not an expert, but I'm loving what I'm seeing, and everybody that's here is wicked cool about absorbing that kind of stuff. They're sort of in this, that's a whole nother discussion. We're not going to get to it tonight, but it's in the research and everything is true and real niche, but it's also like they want to be excited about stuff. And I think that there's absolutely nothing wrong with both. And I'm not talking about faking. I'm talking about just being excited about stuff. And we'll get to that later. But we do have a question that is in. So Gypsy wants to know, do they do haunted abandoned places, cemeteries, or just anywhere in general?
We do it all.
Yep.
Good answer.
Yeah, so we just went this last Friday, and hopefully tomorrow we'll release this place called Starvation Heights Cemetery.
My God.
We just went to a cemetery this
in
last Friday.
Olalla, Washington.
Yeah.
Oh my God, 5 stars on the name. Good grief.
Yeah, it's there's actually a book that, and I know the author. If you haven't read it, it's Starvation Heights, and it's pretty insane. It's about in a nutshell, this lady pretends to be a doctor and tries to cure people through like a cleansing, and she has them drink this soup, but it's not nurturing at all. So they end up losing all this weight, and they get to skeleton thin, and she locks them in. She won't let them escape or anything.
This is real life. This is nonfiction.
Yes.
Basically, she starves them to death, and there's been, and this has happened like the late early 1900s.
Yeah.
And so there's in the story where they would escape, and they would knock on the doors, and people would be like, they'd be nothing but looking like walking skeletons.
Oh,
because of if you look up like images, it shows some of the people and how skinny were, just awful.
Yeah. And another way to break it down also was, so we went to the cemetery that had the original 24 deaths at Starvation Heights, right? Because after they died, she was tried and they found her not guilty or whatnot. She ended up moving somewhere else. Then she came back like 20 or 25 years later, and she ended up killing like another 200 people.
Oh my God.
Her doctor expertise, and she literally just starved him. That's why it's called Starvation Heights. And we're looking to actually go to Starvation Heights Sanatorium also. So after she was tried and she moved out of the country, she ended up coming back, and she ended up building this place called a Starvation Heights Sanatorium, where she killed the 240-ish people.
Just
from the same
mass murderer.
Yeah.
What?
And her name is Elizabeth Hazard.
Elizabeth Hazard. Ironic that her last name is Hazard, because she's
boy,
huge hazard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. Wow.
It's funny. Like, what can I tell kind of a little bit or should I not say what we found in the video? So it's funny that how evil she was, because in the Starvation Heights, the cemetery, there were ghosts there that had died there, but there's also a malevolent spirit. And we don't know if it had anything to do with Elizabeth being the way she was, or if that's just how she was, or if it was. I know there have been a lot of seances and people have done Ouija boards there. So, but there was definitely, I don't know if it was demonic, but definitely malevolent spirit coming through we were talking to, and it was pretty terrifying. So,
well, that's just that is a great family adventure right there. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, get the kids involved and everything.
Yeah, take them down. Yeah, just go ahead. Just put out the picnic blanket that looks like a Ouija board, set them off, and there you go.
Yeah. All right.
Perfect.
I wouldn't recommend using Ouija boards, but hey.
Yeah.
If you want to do them, that's on you.
just put the toddler down in the little scooter and let the toddler go.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
That's on you, man.
Hey Tennessee, speaking of cool shit, I've got some videos strung together actually from your channel that are just a bunch of shorts, I guess, put together. Hey Heather, glad you're here. Gypsy, good to see you. Jen, thank you so much for being here. And if it's cool with you, I'll go ahead and play that if you're all right with that.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, here we go.
I stand before you.
I lost my voice in that one.
I stand before.
You do sound pretty like dramatic in this. I'm not gonna lie. You're like, I stand before you.
So no, it wasn't dramatic at all. I actually got bronchitis pneumonia.
Well, that's not funny.
No, it's not. So I literally that whole night, you can just solely see my voice deteriorate, and I was like this, and all of a sudden I'm like, I stand.
I watched that. I was like, wow.
and then
I
was like, God, man, you really got into character, didn't you?
Oh my
so
God.
They just said, yeah, but so that part was creepy, and that because so we did the Estes method, and what the Estes method is you usually I wasn't blindfold in that, but we usually blindfold each other, and we have the headphones that have this static that pick up frequencies of the ghost's voice that you can hear through. So what I heard, and so they ask the questions and I answer through what I hear.
Right.
And I heard, and I just say random, sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. But I heard, I stand before you. And I literally didn't do anything. My hands were not, and you see the REM pod go off. And I'm like, I don't hear anything. I don't hear it go off. I see lights. And I looked down, I went, oh, and I went, Dave! And it just creeped me so out because it was like in a closet and everything. And it's already creepy in that.
Oh yeah. You can literally see the second that you shit your pants. So
and what's crazy about that too is if you actually look hard enough in that closet area when he says, I stand before you, you can see all the colors, like the red, the green, the purple.
It was like right in front of me, touching
full
it.
On. Yeah. It's very rare on those REM pods that you get them to work in general, but B, you get all of the colors. So that's impressive. Yeah. Let's fire that bad boy again. Hold on. Here we go.
I stand before you.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Guys. I stand before you. Dude, I swear to God, I stand before you and that thing went off. I didn't do anything.
I'm telling you, dude, I think it's that room. Did you move the hangers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bumped into the hangers.
You're like, yeah.
It was so like, I just saw light and I looked down. It freaked me out so bad. Cause that was our first, so that was my first experiment with the paranormal face to face like that, and knowing that there's a freaking ghost in front of me right now.
Oh, good. So you do it in a closed space, like a closet with one exit
so it
point,
was like, I was in a ghost with the 7 minutes in heaven with a ghost.
Right.
I think it was a woman too.
Well, amen for that.
But I was like right here. I said, I stand before you, and it went off. It's on that camera right there. I'm all by myself.
Oh.
I feel like I'm alone. I'm all by myself. Oh no, you better come and pound me.
Sometimes I forget I'm being filmed. It reminded me of the movie Home Alone, where he's just like, oh no, I'm all by myself. Buzz, you better come and pound me.
I know what you were attempting.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
That's got to be on like the top 5 things you never ever say if you're in a haunted house.
Oh my gosh.
What
the hell is wrong with you? Who does that?
Me. Guilty as charged.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
Oh Jesus. I'm going to play that again just because I can.
Myself. Oh no, you better come and pound me.
Are you with me or are you with Alex?
Oh yeah.
It's going off. I didn't move. I didn't move.
Dude, seriously, I don't know what this is, but it looks freaking amazing. This video is out, correct? Hold on, let me get this off of here.
Yes.
This okay. So is that the which one is that one?
Manresa Castle. And,
okay.
There's been a lot of people that I think have done investigate. The most famous one was Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
Zach.
Right.
That he went there. And
okay.
did it. But he actually got to go up into the attic, and they don't allow people to go up to the attic. So you got to pay a little something.
Oh, I'm sure you do. So. I'm sure you do.
But there's rumors that there's a portal up there for the ghosts to come in through the other side, and it's just it's dangerous. So you got to be careful up there. That's where there's a monk that hung himself, and he did it right up in that room. And when we were doing like a Estes method, I kept hearing above and hung, and it was, I think he's stuck in his death state.
Oh boy.
It's
not even in the
sad.
Estes method. I don't know if you've ever seen, there's another channel, they use a spirit talker, voice app, right? Mm-hmm. That just, it's pretty much like an Ovilus, right? It just spits out random words.
Oh, I use it all the time. My people love it. I love it. Yeah. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
I love it. And at first I was kind of like, I was pretty skeptical about it, but the exact places that you're at, it uses words that are like so
it does.
Perfect for that occasion, right? So in like room 302 where the monk had hung himself, we were hearing my neck hurts, hung and cut me down pretty much with a machete.
I'm stuck here.
Yeah, and it's just like it's so crazy. And then you go to another room and it's like completely different words.
And I believe we were talking to about 2 or 3 or 4 different spirits, at least 3. There was a little girl or a little boy there, and then there was the monk, and there was some kind of malevolent spirit that's controlling them, because there was a spirit telling us to shut up and be quiet, because I think the monk was trying to tell them what's happening, and he didn't want, it's just all these go in and through your head, and it's just like that makes so much more sense.
It does. And
it's the feeling you get there in that room. It's like your sixth sense. You feel kind of sick. Like something bad happened there.
Yeah.
So I honestly, unless people really wanted us to go back, I wouldn't go back there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we went, I mean, it's if you guys want to check it out, like, you guys are all welcome to, they have rooms there, but it's
room 302. That's
room 302.
If you want a good scare, go to room 302.
Okay, that's good to know. Yes, there's we all have our places that we'll never go back to. So that would be, is that both of your places you'd never go back to?
Yes.
And both of you agree? Really?
Yeah, I don't want.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm totally good. Right?
You're like, nah, I'm good. No, I'm good.
Because it was our first or second video, I saw something in the camera, and I remember looking at all right, I'll try to break it down real fast, not make it too long so that you can have something to talk about, right? It was just before, when we were in room 306, I had this great idea. Since there was 3 of us and we had 3 rooms, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna shuffle up these cards, right? And then you go ahead and pick a random card, and that's gonna be the room that you're gonna be in for witching hour between 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., right?
Oh yeah.
And so Alex picked his was 306. My brother-in-law picked 304. I picked 302. And I'm like, okay.
We drew cards.
Yeah, the creepiest room, right? So at 2:45, well, actually, it wasn't at 2:45. It was like 2:59 a.m. to be exact, because I remember looking at my phone. It was like 3 o'clock right there on the dot. But I saw this white apparition freaking come from this room and then just freaking just run out, right? And I was just like, did anybody else see that? And they're like, no, what did you see? And then I just remembered I turned around and there was a camera behind me, and I saw the little red light saying that it was recording. And I was like, that camera right there, it has it. I was like, and so I was freaked out, right? Well, we ended up getting to my house and we ended up going through all the footage. And that was the first thing that I brought up. I was like, whatever I saw is going to catch on this camera. But all our cameras from 306, 304, and in room 302, all of them at the same exact time stopped recording.
No.
So the only recording that we had was from my brother-in-law's point of view. which was pointed at me, but you can still even see in the camera. I don't know if we put that in there, but when we checked out the footage, you can still see the red light saying it was recording. But all that footage from 3 a.m. all the way until 4 a.m. And then the REM pod, like as soon as I saw the white apparition go, the REM pod started going off too. And I was like, of course, right when you guys are going to leave me in this creepy room by myself, you know.
You can curse. It's cool.
Oh, okay. Well,
creepy.
But yeah, as soon as they left me, you know, I'm like, of course, crap is happening. But you know, I think we
well, that's what always seems to happen. Like when we went to so we turn off the cameras and we have like a little break and stuff, which we should never turn off the cameras. But when I don't want to say what happened, but or should I say it, like in Starvation Heights when I talked about I dwelled in Eden.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
So I heard when I was doing the Estes method, I heard this I dwelled in Eden. And then I didn't know what that meant. And I talked about it to them. And we still had our, what's it called? Voice thing.
Oh, the spirit talker.
The spirit talker going off. I said, what does that mean? It said, I dwelled within Eden. And it said Satan on the, and we just were like, what? Yeah. So it was really creepy. And so we had to turn on the cameras and say, this is what happened. We were talking about this. And it was just, it was creepy.
Yeah. I don't know if you do that at all. Like when you're doing your investigation, you turn off the cameras, you know, not every single camera, but like the camera that's pointed at you, you're just like, hey, let's turn it off. Let's have a little bit of break time, you know, like
the spirits love it when you separate. Yeah, they do.
But you know, you go and get your drinks on, or you go and take your little smoke break or whatnot. That was one of those moments, and that's when we're talking about. We're like, let's really talk about it, and then that's when he said it, and of course, Satan popped up and was like, "What the heck just happened, man?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, who knows what that meant, but it was creepy.
Yeah. That is
sends a chill down your spine.
It does. And it's so oddly coincidental that you really cannot argue. I don't care who you are. You might be able to argue the exact message, but the fact that they coincide like that, like that's wild. That is wild. Wow. Yeah, that would definitely make me want to leave that area, leave that wherever the heck.
Oh yeah, well we did eventually.
Good. I'm glad that you left. I'm glad you left eventually. Oh my God! Wow, that's really cool.
When you're doing this, you have to have faith, man, and you got to have that trust, that protection, because you're so vulnerable.
Yep.
You know.
You are absolutely right.
That's my only. If anybody is wants to do this, just you gotta be protected.
You do. Whether that comes from wherever you want it to come from, that's fine. But you cannot go in there all willy-nilly, because they will chew you up and not spit you out. No, definitely not. All right, let's roll this again. Hold on. Oh my God, it's so pretty.
Close to what? The mirror. Are you in the mirror? Oh God, I got something on my teeth.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. You are way bigger in the mirror than you are.
That's what she said.
Okay.
This is the part that I love about all this, especially the way I know that your shorts aren't necessarily in order, neither are mine, or maybe they are. I don't really care, but it shows perfectly how serious and respectful you are, and then it goes right into like all of this funny shit, and I love that so much. And this is something that I argue with stuffy people all the time. They're like, you should take that seriously. It's like, listen, the spirits are loving it when you're cutting it up just as much as they love it when you're being respectful. Like, you can't just be serious all the time. They love it when you're laughing and having a good time. Like, they're absorbing that energy just as much as they're giving it. So
I will say it does depend on the spirit.
Well, that is true.
The good spirits do, and and sometimes you just kind of lose yourself. We don't take ourselves too seriously.
That's
and
good.
Nobody should.
That's
and
good.
we do joke around. We do respect the ghosts and everything all around.
Yeah.
If a bad one comes through, we try not to, we want to speak to the good. We don't want to, but sometimes bad gets and they let you know.
They do.
They'll say F you and
They do.
tell you to get out. And
hey, Paranormal Watertown, that's my other Derek friend. They do. And, and that's, and sometimes you have to speak sharply. You don't like to do it, but sometimes you got to speak to them like a toddler. And sometimes you just got to know when you're going to get taken and you just run.
Sometimes you just got to be,
Full
I will
spectrum.
not let you push me around.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Oh my God. Okay.
Oh God.
Cut the cameras. Somebody stop me. Were you the monk that hung yourself?
So that's another thing that we caught. Are you the monkey hung yourself? And we didn't hear it, but the camera picked it up and it said, yeah.
It did. And of course it's long and drawn out and creepy because
Yeah.
why would it be, just a
Why
normal
would it be short?
conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's going to totally be what you hear in your nightmares.
Yeah.
So that is what you were talking. That's the attic part that people aren't allowed to go in, but okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I want to hear that again. Hang on. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Creepy.
That's a good piece there. That's one of those things when you're editing and you go, oh shit.
Well, that's another, like we always go, I can't wait to see the camera footage because, see if we catch anything that we didn't see or the camera catches anything. I hate mirrors. Yeah. I don't hate them, but when it comes to paranormal stuff, yeah, because they act, especially if you put two mirrors side by side facing each other, they act as a portal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's for, to go through.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And people don't realize that. And then they wonder why, their house is turning upside down.
Oh, and I hate dolls. Yeah, I'm going there, but dolls and spiders, man. I actually have a story with a doll where I was like 6 or 7 years old. I was at a friend's house and his mom had this doll collection and I went and I looked at this doll and the eyes were they were closed and I went to the bathroom and I come back out and the eyes were open. I kid you not, it freaked me so out.
What the hell did you do in there, man?
I didn't do anything. It's just the freaking dolls are known to be.
Yeah, you probably took a crap and it freaking woke the doll up, man. Like, holy heck, that crap smells
loud.
That doll was like, oh shit.
Something smells here.
Oh my God. No, seriously though, that is yeah.
So yeah, and I they've always creeped me out. And they're known to be vessels for spirits.
Of course, yeah, because why would it be something like a puppy? Yeah. But no, we're gonna put it in a and they're never like the cute dolls. They're always like the
the creepy Annabelle looking ones.
Yeah, totally. Oh, okay, Sundancer loves dolls. Well, yeah, good for you.
Well, that makes one of us.
Yeah.
Yes, is that it? To pick people up and throw them out that window right there.
Brent, what did you see?
Wait, is this the same place that people get picked up and thrown?
No, that's
McMinimans.
Yeah,
right?
That's McMinimans.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's a spirit there that if you piss it off, there's been
it's been known to hit you, and it's a second story little room or whatnot, but it's been known to actually it's thrown 2 or 3 different people out that window from the second floor. And
lovely.
Yeah, so that's where our famous joke comes from is, hey, you want to pick Brandon up and throw him out the window or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, right.
Yeah, we don't. Brandon wants us to do that. He says, "Oh yeah, no, I'm totally down to." So it's kind of like our joke. Oh yeah, go ahead and attack the cameraman, which
yeah, I'm sure
probably not a good idea to do.
Yeah, but not anymore.
Yeah, we won't do that anymore.
we've all made our mistakes in the beginning. It's okay.
But and I always was like, I don't know, but but I was like, we really shouldn't, especially this next video, I think Derek started to. I'm like, dude, this spirit right now, we don't want to mess with. Like,
yeah, he starts agreeing with you through the REM pod, which I thought was incredibly not only intelligent but dangerous. And you realized it. This is the thing that got me about wanting to talk with you guys more, is because you didn't like push it. You were like, oh, okay, all right, I see you. I'm you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I thought I saw this curtain move. No, it definitely just did move. Oh my god.
Door. Are you by the door? Is there a bad entity in here?
Can you touch that?
Want to hit us?
Holy shit.
Ezekiel!
Oh
my gosh, we just asked its name. It's Ezekiel.
Dude, I'm literally so freaked out.
Are you okay, bro?
No, dude, I'm not even kidding you.
Oh shit, bro. Oh my god.
Again, it would be Ezekiel and not like Thomas or Sam or something.
Yeah.
It's just full on Ezekiel.
A lot of like some of these spirits, I think they're pretty old, and I don't think it's like I said. I think people have heard of these places, and they do rituals, and they'll do seances, Ouija boards, and sometimes those summon ancient spirits. So through those, we hear ancient spirits that are there. Because
absolutely.
Not necessarily the people that have died there, but that have been summoned. Through rituals or as such.
Yeah, totally. Especially if they're portals. Especially if there could have been a portal there before and they got trapped, and now the portal's got. There's 1,000 different.
Oh yeah, different dimensions. It's
amazing, and that's the thing. I have the argument with people all the time. Like, you don't have to go into places like this to experience. Like, you can literally go to your grocery store and have a conversation with somebody in the produce aisle, if it lines up. Like, that's just the way it is. Like, but it doesn't make for good, storytelling and filming and bringing you the whole ambiance of everything. But it doesn't have to be. A lot of the residuals and a lot of the stone taped and a lot of the intelligent and even the ancients and all that, it does make for a better story because these places have been around longer. But it doesn't have to be that. So I love, you guys have sort of like done all of it so far, which I love, because you're still, relatively new, especially in the YouTube realm. But just in general, it seems like you're just sort of taking all of it, and I love that, because it's a little bit harder to find nowadays, especially because you find people that want to hone in on a certain skill, which is fine, or a certain type of entity or cryptid, which is fine. Again, no judgment, but I get really excited when I find others who are just like, oh my god, what was that? I want to find out. Like, no matter what it is, it doesn't matter, or where it is. Like some of the best EVPs I've gotten have been like outside or in someone's basement. Like, I don't even know the people, like it's crazy. It's crazy.
And
I love it.
What I found out about, like, when we first started this paranormal investigation stuff, it's really truly amazing, because there's a lot of people, I'm not going to say in hiding for doing it, but they'll sit there and ask you questions like, oh, how did this go? How did this go? And they're so intrigued by it, but it's just like, they don't allow themselves to be who they truly are, and that's what's really hindering them from actually going out. I recently was just like, you know what, screw what people think about me. If they think that I'm some psycho or whatnot, guess what? I'm going to do what I enjoy, and I get to do it with my best friend here, and we get to go out and have fun, whether or not we find stuff or what, anything, we're still there having some drinks, just having a good old time. McMinimans was actually a really fun place to actually go to, because we didn't even find, or like, we found stuff inside that room, but then also stuff was happening around like 1-2 o'clock in the morning when everyone's supposed to be asleep. And Wes, the one that was like, oh, my hand's shaking, right? And his hand was shaking. Yeah. Him and I both heard footsteps coming up the stairs behind us. Like, after we were sitting up there and we were waiting for Alex and Brandon to come up, we heard footsteps walking up behind us. And it's like, what the heck is going on? Like, it's just, it's pretty cool to find out, Yeah.
And, as soon as you don't care about what people think of you, that is the ultimate freedom.
That's a powerful thing.
It is.
That's a powerful thing. It's huge, both in this realm and theirs.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you can spread that all over. Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't spread that all over the place, but you know what I mean. Like that goes. It just go. I love. That's a great point. That is a great point. And so is this one. The right here. Investigators manifest certain energies too. It's absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, and and it's not like it's not even just people that have summoned there. Like, I believe spirits are everywhere.
Oh yeah.
They're probably back. Some places are more, heavier than others, but and people can attract them. Energy. I saw energy will attract them, and that's so true.
Yes.
It all kind of
100%
goes into one.
1,000%.
The veil is thin.
That's
why some people can see them if they have that kind of sixth sense. Some people, you keep your mind wide open, you see it, or at your corner of your eye. But
children and animals, 1,000%.
Yes,
older people when they're approaching their departure date.
Yeah, no, it's exactly. It's like when you become a certain age, you kind of become numb to it.
Yeah,
it's
true. It's true. It's true. Hearing footsteps is always awesome. Yes, actually, I just investigated with this dude. Well, not just. It was about a month or two ago. It all runs together. But again, there's been actually a couple times now with this guy I've heard footsteps, and it's something that's so simple. If you think about it, you're like, oh, you hear footsteps, but in the moment, it's very unnerving because you fully expect to turn around and see a human being, and then you just freaking don't. And then that fight or flight or freeze kicks in. Mine is usually cursing and then running if it's loud enough. But it's absolutely true. Hearing footsteps is always awesome. It's even more eerie sometimes to not hear them at all until you're editing, and then you're like, oh my God, something kept running up on me, and you realize how much danger you could have been in. So that's always that's a good time too.
So that's funny that you said that. Your flight or flight will kick in, and you said yours is to curse.
Yeah.
Well, so in not our last video, when we went to Manresa Castle for night one, since we have two different videos of actual there was actually technically 4 different, but we haven't released 2 of them. We did release the 3rd one, but we actually took it down. The one that I was telling you about.
Why? Let's go. Get it out.
So in that video, myself and Brandon heard footsteps running towards me because I was just like, hey, can you do something that will, scare us? And, if you do that, we'll leave, right? Like, because I always do that towards like 2:30 to 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll be like, hey, can you do one more big thing before we leave, right? And if you want us to leave now, do it right now, right? Well, when I said that, I got what I wanted, and footsteps ran towards me in the room, and it caused me to freak out, and I freaking booked it out of the room. I was like, whoa, and then the REM pod started going off like crazy too, and I was like, whoa, and then you can hear my brother-in-law, he's like, oh, and he was running out the window too, or the room too, and I was like,
just come out, I'm eating a donut. What happened, guys?
There's always that guy. There's always that guy, and there's always that guy. I love it.
Yep. I was the one that was, I was like, oh, I need to change my underwear right now.
Yes, 1,000%. And oh my God, here's the thing. Especially that's a great example because you get a lot of people. Of course, you got your armchair warriors who have. Yes, I'm a terror swearer. Thank you, Jen, for reminding me. I get terrorized and I just start swearing. But you've got the people that, will leave comments on your videos sometimes when you get excited or you get scared or whatever the case may be. And they're like, well, if it scared you, then why are you doing it? And it's like, dude, you know what? The second you lose that magic and it's not scary or fun or terrorizing or intriguing or whatever the case, then you need to move on to like gardening. What gardening can be exciting, don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like, shut up. Like, unless you're there, you don't know how scary simple footsteps can be, especially when you turn or they're running at you. My God, I would definitely crap my pants if they're running at me. Like, no thanks, dude. No thanks.
No, for sure.
I'd still be eating a donut and running. I would be both of you guys. 100%. 100%. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, hey, Wicked West. Nice to see you. My catchphrase is, what the F was that? Yes, he does. And this guy, his name is Derek also.
Derek.
It's a great
hey,
name.
Derek.
Lovely name. Not as good as Alex.
And you spell it right too, from, Derek.
He does. And here's the, oh, you do too? Oh,
Yep.
dang. That's amazing. Oh my God. It's a group of Dereks. Yay. You're
Yep.
like a murder or a pod or a flock of Dereks.
Yes.
Total sidetrack. What was I saying? Oh, this is a perfect example. So he and I, we're not an official group, although I do tag along with Paranormal Watertown, which is their own entity. They've been very, very gracious in letting my weird ass in along with their investigations and tag along and make me feel very much like family. But he's the guy, we always find ourselves alone. And he's the guy who is the sort of analytical, like slows down. He's very methodical, very respectful, pretty much quiet. So he sort of goes into it with that side of his brain. I'm just all over the place. I'm a mess. But I love this so much. He goes in with a tactical vest, right? It's wicked smart because whatever happens at whatever time, he's got a pocket for it and he's got the tool. So if a camera dies, he's got an extra battery here. If he needs an extra capo, he's got it. If he's got his voice recorder, he's got a body cam going at all times in case his camera and his phone dies. He's got a third option. Like it's amazing. I cannot tell you how many times that guy saved my ass with evidence because he's had something going, like a bazooka or something. I don't freaking know. But but this is my point. Because he's so like planned, if he says, what the F was that? I know that it was legit and I should probably start running because it's something that has sparked that side of his attention where he's like, okay, I don't know what that was. Like, what the F was that? And I'm like, oh God, time to go. It's amazing.
Signs.
Exactly. Oh my God, exactly.
Yeah, no, I watched some of your videos too. It was pretty awesome. Like this most recent one that you put out, right? That was amazing evidence that, when you guys were doing the spirit box, right? And you're like, hey, what card am I holding? Right. And it was like 10. And then you're like,
yes.
Okay. What are the odds it's going to say 10? What's the next one? I forgot what the next one, but
it was Queen. And Queen was a bit
Queen?
of a stretch. I'll be honest. It sounded like Queen, but that could have been a stretch. The 10 was not. And the next one you're about to say, there's
Jack.
No mistaking it. The Queen was a little bit of a stretch. But that's this Derek. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like he was just nailing it. And yes, you're absolutely right. The spirit, and the other weird thing, I don't know if you noticed, well, you guys probably did, but the SB7, for whatever reason, there was no other words or interference. It was white noise, white noise, white noise, and white noise. The answer we asked, white noise, and then the next answer, like it wasn't a bunch of like jumbled up, like, what did you say? Or I think it said this, or get out, or, go kick a dog or something awful like that. It was literally like, what card is this? And then it would say 10.
Yeah.
And then it said Queen. And then the next one, as you were about to say, literally, what's your name? It was the same as the card. And it says, with infliction. That's the thing. The vocal infliction on that, it wasn't like Jack, like a robot. Like it was like Jack.
Yeah.
And oh my God.
Yeah. I was like, holy crap. Like, and that was amazing that you were able to catch it. So you called it an SP7?
SB7. B is in Bravo.
So I'm assuming that's the same exact thing as a spirit box, right?
Essentially, yeah, just different build.
Okay. Yeah, you guys had it out loud, for your whole entire viewer audience, subscribers to actually be able to witness like what you guys are going through during that moment. And it was just like, I got, I felt like I was in the moment too. I was like, what? I was like, okay, the 10, okay, whatever. The Queen, I was like, it might be a little stretch, but then when it was like, what card am I holding? What's your name? Jack. And I was like, okay, that one's freaking crazy. I was like,
yes.
Awesome.
And actually, we went back. So Paranormal Watertown is not just Derek. It's, I've met Chris. I've met a bunch of people I can't think of right now because I'm an asshole. But anyway. So the rest of us that night, after of course the pizza break, went back up to that room. So that time it was just me, Chris, and Derek. The rest of us went up there and we did it again, and they nailed it again. For a good hour. And then finally, he literally said, I don't remember. Oh, here we go. Yeah, he was also live streaming it, of course, because he's Derek. But so his TikTok has it. But it was a good hour. And then at one point, I heard footsteps or something. And he said, I'm leaving, or that was me, or something to the effect of like, I'm done with this game. I'm not doing it anymore. And then it went silent. Like there was nothing else. It was just white. on the SB7 and nothing. And we're like, okay, I think he's done. Yeah, it was insane. And then we were asking what kind of poker game, and every time he'd say, no, thank you. Nope, I don't like that one. Like, dude, it was nuts. We're actually going back here next weekend, so I'm wicked excited to try all that again because
it's for sure.
It's crazy. It is crazy. So yes, okay, let's get through the rest of your stuff and stop talking about me because this is about you. All right, hang on.
No.
Oh, you're fine.
It's said to hit and punch and then throw people out the window.
Yeah.
Do you want to hit us?
Oh,
Holy shit, dude. Okay.
see? I got nothing.
I just got chills. Are you? Why do you want to hit us? We don't mean you any harm. We come in peace.
Something is literally right over there. Can you let go of that REM pod, please, for us to demonstrate?
And it's
Oh my god.
Dude, what?
yeah, it let go. It lets go when he says let go, and it was coming up like blue and purple like that. Those are when it's
Those are
telling
not
you
your
that
normal
it's
colors.
cold. Well, and
Yes.
it shows up when it's cold, and it was warm in there. So
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
it's a ghost.
oh, thank you, Derek.
It's a ghost.
Definitely a ghost.
Well, thank you very much, Derek.
Oh God, now I have two
Oh,
Derek's.
thank you.
Great. I'm gonna get you guys confused. I'm just kidding. So where exactly are you guys? Obviously, don't tell me your exact location, but where are you?
We're in Washington.
Yep.
Washington. Okay. Well, Derek, Jen, we're gonna have to make a trip to Washington.
Yeah.
Dude, this is amazing, dude.
Oh my God, this freaked me out. I know it's small, guys. I'm sorry, but dang.
REM pod going off in there. I hear that REM pod going off in there.
No, it sounded like something was over in the corner.
Yeah, look at that shadow that goes right by.
Thank you, Gypsy.
Do we have any
Yeah, dude, that
on that thing? It's like a bright
What
light.
the?
Dude, that scared me. All right. Did you hear that?
Yes. That just meant
I was right in the corner right there. Did you not like me in there? Or did you like me in there?
You want me to go in there?
that's what she
go
said.
ahead.
I would like for you to show yourself.
Holy dude,
What?
look at that.
This was
Was a god of the underworld, punisher of broken oaths.
It just said be careful.
Can you tell us your name?
Lady Ryder wants to know Washington State question.
Yeah,
mark.
Washington State.
Yes.
Washington State road trip. Yeah, definitely. Pack it up, dude. He's got all the gear, so he has to pack. I'll just show up and be the
Road trip.
muscle. Oh my God, we didn't even talk about that. You guys ride bikes. That's wicked cool.
Yeah.
Duh. Hello. Yes.
Yep.
So yeah.
We want to get them more involved in the YouTube, but it's kind of hard.
Yeah, you're preaching to the fire there, buddy.
Yeah, you can't see them, but they're over there.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's
So what do you?
point behind the camera where
see.
nobody can see them.
Yeah,
They're
we'll
over there.
Yeah, they're over
Yeah.
there.
Over there.
We
Yeah.
really have them, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's well, vroom vroom. Yeah. So do you what do you ride? What do you got?
So I ride a Fat Boy Low
Nice.
2011.
I ride a Softail Heritage Classic, so
They're a
Completely
lot of
different
fun.
taste. Completely different tastes there. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
it's
it.
I mean,
good.
if you see our, I don't know, I think we have some pictures on Facebook, but if you actually look at them,
They look pretty similar.
they look
They do,
pretty
they
identical. You know,
They do.
Yeah.
I was looking
Yeah.
at them earlier because I was going to try and be cool. I know a little bit, not a lot. I know a little bit about everything, but
okay,
I was
black.
like,
Yeah. We don't tell anybody. We act like we know.
yeah, they're just totally right. They definitely don't sit there and not move forever. Lady Ryder says, I live in Washington State over by Spokane. Very cool.
Okay.
Neighbors. Love it.
Yeah, we're over by the Seattle area. We're not going to give an exact location.
Yeah,
but,
no, God. No, we're not
but
that.
we were planning. We do want to go over to Spokane area because there was a house over there. I can't remember it. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but there is a house over in Spokane that's supposed to be pretty haunted over there too. So we wanted to go and check that one out as well. So
Yeah,
Sweet.
we got a lot on our bucket list to go. I mean,
You know what? The gear that you want, you'll never, you'll always want more, and the bucket list will always get deeper. And in the paranormal, I love it. I love it.
Yep.
The I don't know if you've noticed since you've been doing this, but the paranormal tourism aspect has all of a sudden blown up, probably within the past year. So if you keep your ear to the ground, there's all of these cute. I guess they're not cute if they want to murder you, but there's all of these like little places that are popping up all over the place that people, instead of like Airbnb, they're actually like renting out for paranormal investigations, which is really cool. If you, like me, can't afford like Waverly Hills, $1,800 just to park your car, nothing against Waverly Hills. I will be there one day. It costs,
we'll
it
be
costs
right
a lot
next
of
to
money.
you.
Yeah, we can stand in the parking lot with our toys, and it won't be weird because I'm sure we wouldn't be the first or the last to do that. But yeah, it's amazing to see all of these places just exploding out of nowhere. So it's a gold mine, both for research and paranormal investigators, and for YouTube for new, fresh content. That that's where I started, actually, in abandoned places. So all of those little places that those spirits necessarily didn't get to tell their story, like the Washoe Club and Bobby Mackey's and all that. And so it worked out in my favor to start out like that. But it's sort of moving back to that was my point, which is pretty interesting. So keep your eye out. I haven't been over that way yet, but I know that there is you guys are just loaded over there. I mean, the history, and it's
especially a place called Port Townsend. I mean, that place in Washington, that place is just a huge ghost town. Not that it's deserted, but there's just ghosts everywhere.
The literal sense of a ghost town.
Yeah, literally.
I'm pretty sure it's so obviously from Google, since it's a very reliable source, Port Townsend is actually supposed to be one of the most haunted places in America. Like the whole entire town is supposed to be the most haunted town. So
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's where we got Manresa Castle. What was that?
So now you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
That's amazing. We'll definitely have to head that way sometime. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate that. I know that you're gonna like these guys. Parasolo, the same. All of these people are amazing.
Thank you so much, guys.
As my chat knows, I wouldn't bring them anybody that didn't align with my call it para-unity or respect. I don't call it what you will. Birds of a feather, and I only bring them people that I know will vibe with them, and vice versa. Like, I wouldn't bring you guys on if I thought you were going to get chewed out alive. Like, all of these people that are here are great and amazing people. I know that you will enjoy them. They're going to be great supporters. Maybe one day collabers. I don't know, but that web, like, especially right now, like there's a lot of friction in the community, and I think it's just stupid. I hate it.
Oh, it is.
It's stupid. It's
the
dumb.
minute we realize that we're all one, the better.
Yeah, it's dumb. That's a story for another time. But none of that is here. Like, I am so glad that you guys are here. We're going to wrap up here shortly, not quite yet, because I only had like 5 minutes of your video, but I haven't gotten through it yet because I keep talking. But oh my gosh, Emma Jane is here. Thank you, Emma, so much. Okie Sundancer. Okie is actually sent me, I garden as well. I have a homestead here, and she sent me peppers that grow in the shape of penises. So she's a great friend to have because she's got a sense of humor on her that
Okie
dokie. I'll tell you what, it's amazing.
I get that all the time.
It's not everywhere you go you get some of those peppers. Parasolo, also amazing. All of these people are amazing, of course. Useless drama, yeah. You see it a lot on this platform, of course. But the more you get into places that let investigators in, the more you also see it in those places. And it's just senseless. So I'm glad that you guys aren't about that. And I'm wicked excited. Hers grew. I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did.
His penis grew? I got a funny story.
Right out the guard.
I got a funny story, and I'm gonna tell it. My girlfriend's probably gonna kick my butt.
Yes, tell it.
So when I was a kid, you go through puberty and everything, right? And I think I've told you this.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I don't know.
So we were all. I think I was like, I don't want to say my age. I was really, really young, really young, and we were all talking about penises, and people were like penis sizes, and I was just like, oh guys, I'm like, no, I guarantee you, I beat you guys all. And they're like, what? Why? And I'm like, mine grows. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, dude, like it grows. You're like, yeah, dude, it's called a boner. And I was like, what?
Wait,
Yours says, I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my God.
oh Jesus. That right there could have sent you on a lifetime of shame, and I'm glad it has not. I'm glad that you are able to tell that story, and it's that's just hilarious. I love that. I probably would have had the same story if I was born a boy. I'm not going to lie to you. I tell a similar story if I have enough drinks around the campfire. Everybody's loving that story, by the way. That's funny.
Let me tell you about that.
I've got a funny story about growth. Oh my God. I love that. Yes, they are absolutely bikers. They are wicked cool. Bikers, paranormal investigators, YouTubers, family men. I mean, all of it. Yep, you name it. Definitely. Yes. With penis stories.
With good quality penis stories.
Oh my God. Okay, shut up.
It just said be
Oh, wait. This is a good one. Hold on.
Underworld. Show yourself. Holy dude. What? Look at that. Orcus was a god of the underworld, punisher of broken oaths. It just said
God, did you say, did he, what? God of the underworld, punisher with something about broken bones? What was that? You weren't even paying attention. You have no idea what just happened.
I'm trying to remember it because it was like, I think the term was Orcus, Orcus, if I remember correctly, if that was the word that came out, and it was like punisher of
Punisher of man, was it? Or
sorry, I don't mean
that's fine. No, you're good. Alicia, hello, lovely. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, you just missed the penis stories, girl. You gotta rewatch. Team rewatch. That was a good one. That was a good one. You are up past your bedtime, girl. Thank you for coming. Thank you. I can play it again. Hold on.
Did you get it?
Yeah. Orcus was a god of the underworld and punisher of broken oaths in Roman religion.
Broken oaths. I thought it was punishable by broken bones. I was like, oh God, and you're still sitting there. You're brave. Still, either way. I mean, they're both awful, right?
Yeah.
I see it now. Okay. And it just said, be careful. Dude, oh, that was good. See, and again, that's a whole nother topic of discussion about apps and Ovilus and all of that. We're not going to get into that, but you can't make that up.
You just asked what it's yes, Ronald. Oh, is that your name, Ronald? That's crazy because it's saying it's hot game. And then it disappears.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous were you to turn that flashlight on and shoot it down that hallway? 1 being not scared, 10
Oh, dude. Honestly, it's like something out of a movie. I actually did the one thing where you like turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn on. You're just expecting to see this big demonic black creature that's peeking out at you. So it's definitely a place you don't want to go alone. And actually, we talked to, there was a girl at Manresa Castle who visited with her dog, and she said that her dog stopped and started looking at something. She says, what do you see? What do you see? And the dog backed up, and over on the other side, she heard a growl.
Okay, yep, no, thank you.
And she was out. She says, no, I'm done. And we didn't hear a growl when we were there, but it's still, I mean, the presence there is something else.
We did hear a demonic fart though.
Well, damn. Sometimes that's scarier than a growl.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you're embarrassed by that, but you're not embarrassed about the story you just told? How is that possible?
No, I'm good. Good,
Dude, we've all been there. It
was
on both apparently.
Sounds like a demon.
God. It's did you hear that? And then you play it off. You're like, oh my god, yeah, my goodness. Oh my, somebody opened it. Wait, what was that? Gee, what was this? What's your name again? Oh yeah. What's the ghost here? Yeah, that is definitely him. Oh my god, I love it. It does. That sulfur will get you every time. Sam, welcome in. Hello to the Ghost Riders. Thank you so much for being here, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah. So that, and there's been a couple times back to the how scary was that, where I'll actually, especially on camera, because I don't want to be a wuss, but now I'm telling my secrets and I don't care. We're like, I'll let them know, like, okay, I'm going to turn my flashlight on now. So like, please don't be standing there when I do, because I don't want to see you when I do.
Oh, yeah.
You just know. Sometimes you just know they're right there, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Just like, woo! I always feel like
exactly.
Me,
exactly that. It's exactly that. Oh my god.
It's not just me. Who else is here? Is that you with the arm wrapped around here?
Okay. Finally got. Oh god. Oh, here we go. I'm not making fun of you. I am just a little bit. But now I know that you were sick, so that's not any fun.
Yeah. I stand before you.
Yes, Jen, absolutely. They definitely fit in. You guys will fit in fine if you want to hang around. I wish that you would. I've thoroughly enjoyed our time. I do have one more question, so I'm not getting ready to be yet. But I have enjoyed the time. So while people are still here, thank you so much for being here and agreeing to doing this completely by the seat of our pants on the fly without any warning. That takes a special person as well. So I appreciate both of you being here and answering the questions. And there's been a good group here, but you know, it grows over time, much like other things that we've talked about today. So I'm sorry. I was
thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God, my people. Okay, that's awesome. So you've sort of answered this question already about yes, Sam, please do. They're amazing. I literally just met them like 3 days ago. I'm not even lying. Actually, I've talked to your wife more than I have you, to be completely honest. Just setting this up. I mean, don't get any ideas.
Yeah, Brittany loved you. She's like, oh, you gotta check her out. She's awesome.
Brittany was amazing. Brittany was so cool.
Now we love you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I love you guys too. And I'm glad that you guys are over there because it's a road trip opportunity, but I'm also sad you're over there because I know that we would have some kick-ass times. So we'll have to switch at some point because I've got some places that I know that we would have some fun in.
We'll venture over there.
Heck yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
So like I said, you've already sort of answered this question about where you wouldn't go back. And I guess this sort of ties in. It could be the same answer, but what was the scariest place that you guys in your maybe not for YouTube or for film or for an experience, but just maybe in your chest or in your mind? Like, what was the scariest place that you've ever been to so far?
Go ahead, take it away.
I was going to ask you.
Oh, okay. Well, mine was definitely Manresa Castle. So that very first video when we went there, when I saw that white apparition, it literally, you can see myself in the video where like I'm all happy and stuff like that, you know, like, hey, let's do this stuff, right? And then after I see the white apparition, you literally just see me. And it's funny too, because in my spirit talker, while Alex is doing the Estes method in a separate room, right? I was in the middle of a question and then it said run, right? And I was like, I looked at my phone and I'm like,
always comforting.
I don't have the energy to run. Like if something literally came out here,
it drained him.
I'm dead. You know, I was just
completely drained him.
Yeah, I was completely drained after I saw that white apparition. And then the second time we went to Manresa Castle, I was like, yeah, you know what? You know, hearing the scratching on the wall and stuff like that. And there's another thing that happened that we're not going to discuss, but It'll be on part two or night 2. My bad. It'll be on night 2 when we release it. But that was by far, again, like I said, our craziest, at least my craziest moment, and Brandon's craziest moment. Our camera guy.
We were all just like,
yeah, really. Okay, yeah, we should probably leave right now. You know?
Yes, yeah, and that's again. Well, I don't have to explain that to anybody here in the chat. They're all pretty good about knowing the difference, but it's literally a black and white difference between, you know, maybe fabricated evidence and non-fabricated evidence that you may see on some channels. Again, no judgment. But it's also something that you cannot explain or convey onto camera sometimes, just what it feels like, the energy, the whole experience, everything down to the smells. And it's hard. It's hard sometimes. So it's sort of a loaded question when somebody asks you what your scariest place is, because there can be many for all different reasons. But it really sounds like this particular location is definitely it for both of you. And I love, so you have part 1 out, is that correct, on your channel?
Yeah, we have part 1 and part 2 out.
Okay.
And then when we go back, it's night 1 and night 2, but we got rid of
you,
night
Alicia.
1. And we don't know what night 2 is going to come out, within the next couple months, you'd say?
Yeah, night 1 and night 2. Again, we're going to re-edit night 1 to where it's like, because there was something in that video that we put into the video where wasn't my proudest moment, you know, when I was talking. So we wanted to introduce God more into our videos, right? So I threw out the idea of like, hey, let's do a Bible verse, right? Like a Bible verse right after our intro and stuff like that, you know.
Right.
And then while we're doing that, I told our editor, I was like, hey, can you make my voice like deeper, you know, kind of make it sound demonic, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then after we played it, or after we released it, we watched the video, and I was like, having a demonic voice while reading a Bible verse is not,
don't go together.
This is not the way that we're going. And I was using it more for like a catch, like to get the audiences like, hey, let's catch their moments. But I was like, even if it is a good catch or whatnot, I was like, or a good hook, I was like, no, let's take that off. You know, I was like,
we'll have the real demonic voice in the videos do that, but that remains sacred.
Yeah. I like that. I love different nights because you never know what you're going to get. Yes, and I will get back to that. But I love that. I mean, we've all, especially in this, I mean, if we were just filming it for ourselves, it would be one thing. But again, this is, I call it the Steve Irwin effect, right? So he could hold up, you know, a butterfly, and nobody's going to watch him hold that butterfly unless it's like trying to actively eat him, right? So you're not going to learn about that butterfly unless it's trying to eat him and he's telling you about it and like dodging his like lava spit and whatever. So it's the same. Like, are all spirits demonic and awful? No. Are most spirits demonic and awful? No. Are a very small amount of spirits demonic and awful? No. Are an even smaller amount of spirits demonic and awful? Yeah. But again, I could have a conversation and you guys could have a conversation, legit conversation with a spirit, again, in the produce aisle of your local grocery store with a real ghost talking about how maybe it died there stacking bananas and it fell on him, like something. I'm joking about this, but I'm serious. Like it literally happens. Or you slip on a banana peel if you want to go that route. But in any case, like, you're not really going to be as interested in that conversation or that video as you would, like you just said, something with hooks. Now, whether they're manufactured or not, it doesn't matter. Like, you have to get people, hook them and keep them. And that's where it's really gray area. But I love it. I love playing with that because there's a lot of room to wiggle and you can piss a lot of people off. That's my favorite part.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite part.
Oh,
so yeah. So you've got your like hardcore paranormal researchers, nothing against them, of course. And then you've got your for entertainment purposes only, nothing against them, of course. And then you've got this sort of pool of everybody else sort of swirling around together. And the point of all this was I love how you did it. And then you realized, nah, and then you took it down.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. That takes guts. That takes balls. That's really good.
I appreciate it.
That's hard to do. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. Keep that. It's going to get harder, unfortunately, but hang on to that, whatever that is. And I love that. I love different nights because you never know what you're going to get. Yes. 100,000%. You could spend a whole week in a haunted location and get something different every night. You're absolutely right.
Oh yeah.
You alone, but especially if you bring different people in, like, it's again, it's like fishing. You switch up your bait and you're going to get a whole new species. You never know.
Yeah.
You never freaking know. And that's absolutely right.
Yeah.
They would be fun to watch during the para games. Oh my God. Yes, they would. You just missed the sign up period, but we have something called the para games where we like to terrify that sort of pool in the middle where everything's legit, but you push it just a little bit. No, not faking, but you get excited and you have a little bit of room to play with the evidence that you get and not ask the same questions like how did you die, that sort of thing. So it's fun. We'll have to get you signed up for the next round. I'll talk to you about it later. But Terry, you're absolutely right. Brandon, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I feel like they're confused or in a bad life, maybe in death, not demons, just meant. Yeah. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, that's what you find.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very rarely is it.
Very, very rarely. Same thing goes with scratches and all of that. That's a whole nother discussion for another time. Yeah. Their videos are hilarious, Terry.
So awesome. I don't know if you know this, but Brandon Williamson, he's actually the twin brother of Wes, the one that was in our videos. Yeah.
Stop it. Yeah. Really? Oh my gosh. Brandon, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. That is awesome. We've been making fun of your twin all night. You must have, maybe your ears were burning or something. I'm absolutely kidding. These boys are awesome. Your brother is awesome. Now, Brandon has never gone with you guys or
no? It's one of those where he's like, I'm going to leave it up to it up to you guys to figure that evidence out. Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. Brandon, I'm just kidding. I wasn't.
No.
I'm just kidding. Sam says, I do feel if you are a bad person in life, it definitely carries over. Yeah, especially if you didn't learn your lesson.
Yeah.
I think you are you're damned to repeat it, and then you get salty about it. So that explains a lot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Definitely explains a lot. Sure. Dang. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up. It was supposed to be an hour or 20 minutes over. Do you guys have any questions or anything that you want to talk about that we didn't? Or
no, I think what we talked about was great, and we had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
talking with you, and again, we appreciate it so much.
Hopefully, we do something in the future. Yeah, where either we fly out to you or you fly out here, and we set something up, and it'll be fun.
Yeah,
you can count on that.
We'll have a good time. Trust me. Hang out with the Ghost Riders.
I'll bring the beer.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. You haven't sipped this whole. Wait, what was that? Was that Voodoo?
Yes, it was. Voodoo Ranger.
Oh, God.
What you got over there?
That's my number 2.
Oh,
no freaking way.
Yeah, I actually almost bought that one today.
Yeah.
Is that the 1985? Yes. Yeah. Oh, my God. Jen, she was in here. I'm sure she still is in here. There she is. Jen's research. She actually found the 1985, and I was like, no way. That's not a thing, because I'm a 1985 baby. I just aged myself. I don't care. So I'm like, 92? Oh, he's a baby. Oh, God, now I feel old.
No, my girlfriend's was born in 1985.
No. Oh, she was? Oh,
no. Well, you're sleeping on the couch now because that just came out sort of negatively. So.
Why did you say no? She's beautiful. She looks like she's 20.
Oh, good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
She's like, you have to sleep on the couch tonight after that one.
Redeemed. That's awesome. Yes, you have to go back and watch for sure. I've enjoyed this. All great comments. Blessings to all. There's Jed. She's the one that found it. 1989, baby. 80s was a good year. Nothing against. No, I mean, what decade were you? You gonna talk? You just gonna sit there and let us look like fools? You don't have to say the exact 80s or 90s.
93. Yeah.
We're not friends anymore.
You were a baby.
That's why I didn't say anything. So I'm like, I'm the youngest one here.
He's a baby. That's okay. That's all right. Oh, Brandon's an 03 baby. My
Oh, man.
goodness. Brandon.
Wow.
Brandon, again, by the way, I really was kidding. We weren't picking on your Twitter.
Oh, no.
Not at all. In fact, I spoke highly because that's freaking awesome.
That's right. We'll talk crap about him.
I graduated in 03. Oh my God. Anyway, so I can't believe I just said that.
You're so old.
Oh my God. I remember hearing people say that when I was little and I was like, ew. And I literally just said it. What is wrong with me?
It's funny because 30s and 40s are actually considered your prime.
That's what they say.
We're not old at all.
Yeah.
I've got my fingers crossed because it's got to get better, right?
Teens and 20s, you're just little baby sprouts.
Yeah. You know nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it. All right. So yes, everybody that's still here and everybody that has joined us since we started, this is the Ghost Riders, and we do have links both at the top of the chat and also down below. That is what she said. I've got links to their YouTube, their Instagram, and their TikTok, which I was just informed you guys just made, which is pretty awesome. I made mine and abandoned it. Oh, here we go. Start rolling in. Here we go. 64 baby here. Late 70s here. That was a good year for sure. 67.
Gosh.
I'm in my prime. Yes, Sam, you are. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so everybody please go show these guys some love. I'm sure this is not the last time. I hope this is not the last time that we see you around here. We have definitely, oh my gosh, I love how nobody is ashamed to just, look at this. 67, 69. Okay. All right.
69 is a good
Love
number.
it. That is a good number. Boy, you were just full of them, aren't you? Okay. Yes. So, yes, go sub to them, please. Keep an eye out because they've got some really good content coming up, as you guys heard them talk about earlier. If you guys haven't watched the whole thing, go ahead and rewind that for me and just watch it and watch all the ads like good little people that you are, so that I can continue to do this with the pennies that I make. I really appreciate that. In the meantime, boys, thank you so very much for being here tonight. You guys have been so cool. I was not worried at all about having you guys come on here. I just knew that we were going to click and we were kind of the same people, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you so much
Oh.
for coming on and talking about your experiences. And
Oh, of course.
and best year for Camaro, not the best year for the Mustang. Very true. Great live. Thank you so much. Everybody in the chat, thank you guys so much for being here as well. One more time, please go and show them some love. Go and subscribe. And if you guys want to hang out for just 1 second while I end this, in the meantime, everybody that's here, I love your faces, and we will definitely talk soon.